it's hard to see. We're going to go to higher so that you can see that. So, but these are the stratified squamous epithelium right here.
This is the esophagus.
And so where we have the epithelium, that's where the mucosa is, right? Because remember we said that the mucosa has epithelium, lamina propria, and muscularis mucosa. You see guys right here, this stuff right here? See all this kind of light pink? That's the muscle. That's the muscularis mucosa. So this is the epithelium right here. In between, of course, you have lamina propria, and this right here, this thick layer of muscle that you see right here, that's the muscle. That means from here to here, that's the lumen. From here to here, that would be what? The mucosa. And then this is the submucosa. What is submucosa? You got blood vessels, arteries and veins, connective tissues. Like in here you have dense, irregular connective tissue. All these are collagen fibers going all over the place. Dense, irregular. You see some mucus glands in there? See that? These are all mucus what? Mucus glands. Again, that's the submucosa. So, the lumen, the mucosa, with the epithelium, which is a stratified squamous. And then, this is the submucosa. All of this with the what? Submucosa. And then muscularis what? Externa. Muscularis what? Externa. With circular and longitudinal. Yes? With circular and what? Longitudinal. And the way you really can separate, understand, when it says circular, not in a sense, these are our smooth muscle, right? When they say circular, that means goes around what? Around. When it says longitudinal, means what? They're elongated. So not in a sense that they're circular, understand that. These are smooth muscles. Smooth muscle is smooth muscle. So, anyhow, so the layer of the smooth muscle that is closer to the submucosa, that would be what? Circular. And the layer which is closer to what? Adventitia or what? Serosa, where you don't see nothing. These are all collagen fibers. But anyhow, connective tissues. That would be what? Longitudinal. So, circular and what? Longitudinal. And then of course what? Serosa or what? Adventitia, which is connective tissues. So, one of the things in your handout it says, first you need to identify the tunics, the layers. And by looking at, on scanning, I mean this is on 4. We really do not have to go to even to 10 or 40. We can, here's the lumen right here, where there's nothing. Of course that's where food would be right here. And this is the mucosa, because here's the epithelium with the muscularis what? Muscularis mucosa. Yes? So that's the mucosa. That's the submucosa. Connective tissues, mucus glands, arteries and veins. And then muscularis what? Externa. Yes? With circular and what? And then serosa what? So you have done whatever whatever I'm asking you in the things. But if you really want to see, for instance, that, because you don't want to trust whatever I tell you, right? You want to take a look at those stratified squamous cells, and that's why on the side, they actually magnify that for you. Yes? They magnify the stratified squamous and put them on the side for you, so that way you can see. So, but again, you have to magnify to really see it. And when you magnify, then you can see the stratified what? The stratified squamous. That's right here. See, they're all flat. So, the epithelium with the stratified squamous. Of course, that's the muscularis mucosa. The submucosa. So you got a vein, right? That's the vein right here. Because remember, the veins are larger and collapsed. What did we say we find in submucosa? Arteries, veins, lymphatic vessels, nerves, mucous glands. And of course, this is too large. I mean, you don't want to do that. But again, these are all collagen fibers, dense, irregular connective tissue. And then you get to what? Muscularis what? Externa with circular and what? Now, guys, if you come closer, remember we said that generally the muscles in the lining of the GI tract are what type of muscles? Smooth muscle, correct?
Mm-hmm.
If you look at esophagus, at the very beginning of the esophagus, you actually have skeletal. See there are striations? That's your skeletal muscle. Those are not the smooth muscle. And what they, since you see this, so at the very beginning, you actually have a skeleton. But the majority, the great portion of it is actually made up of what? Smooth. But again, it depends where you're, but again, it doesn't matter. Which says ID what? Tunics. So muscularis what? Externa. But I'm just telling you, just in case, if you saw, you can remember, these are skeletal muscle. You don't want to get confused that, oh, why? This is not a smooth muscle. But understand that this is, they took the tissue from what? From the very beginning. But if you go further down, then you see. And then, of course, the advent tissue of what? So connective tissues, collagen fibers, adipose,